if we're in a big paradigm shift where no one knows exactly what's going to happen, no one knows how fast AI is going to develop, no one knows when AI agents going to hit kind of our computers for the first time, that means that you need to be very curious. So you cannot be rigid and say that this is just my way of working and I'm just going to continue doing that. So I think curiosity and willingness to learn are the two kind of soft key drivers for future employees at Gomo Group. Hi, my name is Henrik Anderberg and I work at Gomo Group as CCO. AI is, of course, impacting marketing and sales in a drastic way. I mean, I think that the last big change related to marketing and sales was, of course, the internet revolution. And now we are into a new transformational revolution that's called AI. The tools and technologies that we have at our hand today is easy to get and they're not that expensive as of today. So the biggest difference between companies that are winning in marketing and sales driven by generative AI are the ones that are actually willing to adapt. And willingness in adaptation comes both from a mindset where you actually change your way of working today, but of course also investing into that change in terms of both time and resources. From the lens of B2B companies, I think that this is a huge opportunity because all of a sudden B2B companies have actually the opportunity of utilizing resources in a much efficient way. Because for B2B companies, the biggest problem for since I started 10 years ago, has been budgets. That we have not believed in digital marketing and sales really. But with AI, they can get much more bang for the buck related to marketing and sales, which I think would kind of catapult B2B marketing as an area and focus area for many B2B companies for upcoming years. So the potential generative AI is vast. I think that the main focus areas for companies should be one thing, and that is of course efficiency. So how can we as a company improve our revenue per employee without sacrificing quality towards our end clients? I think that's the key question in this case. Now, the question is, do we want to be proactive or reactive in this change? I'm very sure that the push from owners gonna come, even though if you are a public listed company or you're owned by a Visa company or a smaller company, very soon in our business plan, we're gonna get forced to talk about AI and efficiency overall. For, I would say in general, white collar or what we would call knowledge worker. So the big question is, when do you start and why are you not starting, or why have you not already started, rather than if we should start as company, because it's going to come your way. Now looking at some more kind of hard facts, which ones I think are the best ones, the ones that are performing the best. I think that those will have in general also two other capabilities. Number one, I think would be real problem solving skills. Because with AI, if we know how to solve a problem, AI can solve it for us. It's just that we need to be very good and deliberate in kind of leading ourselves towards that direction. So I think also that we need to become much more at kind of the self-leadership part. Because if you are having a strong self-leadership and can drive yourself forward, you will learn, you will adapt, and you will also be able to utilize the tool much better than everyone else. Now also one perspective I think often is getting missed in this process is that this is improving ways of working in a fun way. So, I mean, the huge potential of AI is to remove tasks that is not interesting, not fun, where the computer is better than we are, and instead focus on people-centric activities. So I think that is also important to kind of never forget that marketing space has become more interesting, not less interesting, with the kind of merger of generative AI. So my big bets for 2025 that's going to impact our space a lot is number one, Google's AI overview is going to be launched in Europe, which I think will be a huge thing, because there will be a lot of people that have no idea what's happening in AI and search, going from search engine to answer engine, which will probably not create panic, but it will create a new focus around search as a channel. And that focus has been lost for the last 15 years. I think that social media has been the main channel of focus for majority of companies, because that is where people are spending their time. But I think as now, when people are changing their behavior, going from Google, the old Google, to Google AI overviews, but also turning to other channels, that ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, I think that search is going to be a very important channel that's going to change a lot of things for 2025 as a priority. Number two, Cost savings in marketing and communication overall. I think that there will be an increased awareness from the higher ups in many organizations that we actually understand now that Gen AI is so mature, and the tools that is fueled by Gen AI or Gen AI tools, that they have become so efficient that cost cutting, I think, actually going to become a thing for 2025 in marketing and communication overall. Number 3 is that everyone is talking about these agents, right? I mean, the dream of an digital agent fueled by AI is that we have a system that actually are performing tasks for us in certain ways, right? So rather just write an email in ChatGPT, it's about like writing an email and sending the email to person X. That I think people will talk more about, and hopefully that's a space that is maturing a bit more during 2025, where we see the first actual use cases where we can start using it as normal people out there. And I think at the same time, there are many other tools in the AI space, looking at design, looking at development, looking at advertising. Same thing there, right? The tools are maturing, which means that the user cases will be easier to use and the value of them will increase as well, which means that I think that will also impact kind of what kind of talent do we need, what kind of employee, how many employees we need. So I think that also comes back to cost savings. But one clear thing there is that marketing and communication operations goes much more into tech. Okay, so when we go into tech, we will utilize more tools and we will require new talent. And new talent could be people working like AI architects, as an example, right? Or it can be Python or React developers that is required to fuel the future of our product, marketing, and sales operations.